Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Toonkind at 12 FPS. This is Legally Not Allowed to Move. I am Oatmeal, and I will be playing the professor today.
Who you'll know and love. Um, and hi there, I am Morski, also known as Morski, and I will be playing my lovely lady detective Moria. So, she's not on the job today. She's on a different kind of job today. That
Yeah,
is making sure she and certain other people actually rest. So,
yeah. This is taking place after the games The Mercenaries and The Diamond of Despair, um, and has spoilers for those. And also probably worth checking the content warnings for this FPS
yeah.
because it may cover some of the things that were covered in those games, which were pretty heavy.
Mm-hmm. So fair warning there.
Yeah,
And I know this takes place after a couple other FPSs,
yeah,
though whether or not those get referenced, we'll see. So
yeah.
yeah,
It definitely takes place after Tomes and Erratas, and probably before um, Ares and Aurelius.
yeah, makes sense, makes sense.
Yeah.
So,
So, the professor, it's
well,
been,
we are back at it again at the Layton house.
yeah,
Um,
it's been well over 24 hours. Professor, has been talking to some of the party members, um, talked to Tome, talked to Arata. He, before that, was just kind of not doing so hot and not, he was barely like conscious or lucid enough to like have an actual conversation, but now he is, and uh, and so yeah, some of the other various guests in the house uh, have been temporarily shooed, so that he can have a few private conversations. Um, but
yeah,
for
yeah.
now, Moria is in uh, probably one of the other rooms, maybe preparing, putting together a dish in the kitchen, um, as she uh, hears a thud and it, oops.
What did you do? She goes to the door to the kitchen and peers out, like in the same tone of what's in your mouth. What did you do?
Nothing.
Well,
uh,
that's she's definitely coming out.
you see him,
she's like holding a ladle or whatever, you know.
yeah.
Uh, like Avi's mentioned, Arata's made some ondan.
Mm-hmm.
So she's probably like getting that ready, definitely for herself, probably for some others too. I'm gonna be real with you.
Mm-hmm.
So she's still holding like the ladle, as she's like now in the living room, saying, what on earth that nothing is.
Yeah, he's um he's sitting up in the couch, which is already something that he's not, mm, it's not suggested that he do that at this point. He's sitting up and he's got like a death grip on like the top of uh the head of the couch, and just looks kind of unsteady, and he says like, I think I almost tipped the couch over.
I think you should sit back down.
Yeah, I. Mm-hmm.
And when she says, I think you should sit back down, she is coming over. This is a promise. This is a threat. She is going to pick you up, bridal style, with the ladle still on her hand, to sit you back down.
Hey.
You're a grown man. You can take it. Don't worry, I've done this plenty of times for Tome as well.
Mm-hmm. He looks he looks a little bit annoyed, uh and you notice that he seems to be holding his arm over one of the bandages on his chest.
I will say she makes sure, like, she puts him back down carefully, man.
Yeah.
Uh, but she does, like, cross her arms and go, so, what is the situation?
I was
She's looking at how he's holding his arm, so.
mm-hmm. I was trying to get up, and I um, lost my balance, uh, and almost tipped the couch over because I was leaning way too far in the opposite direction.
Okay. Is there something in particular you're looking for, or is this more restlessness?
The latter.
Okay. Well, how about this? I'm getting some dinner plates ready. So I'm just going to finish that, and how about we go find somewhere else to sit in the house? Could go out in the garden.
Ooh, that would be nice.
Well, just give me a few minutes and I'll be right back.
Okay.
Actually, Moria is like wondering, do they have something like, do they maybe have crutches? Would that help, Prof? She
Uh,
can at least prop him up and take him over there.
yeah,
It,
yeah. It's
yeah.
it's more crutches wouldn't help because like his legs are mostly fine. It's more of an issue of uh dizziness from blood loss. And he has
Yep.
some injuries on his chest and shoulders.
Okay, yeah, yeah, which, makes sense. So, in that case, then, yeah, Moria's gonna sort out those plates. She's, after telling, after telling the kids and possibly Tom that, like, hey, she's pulled the dinner out onto plates. Thank you, Rada. The food looks really good. Uh, Once they're all aware, she actually takes two plates out. Uh, since I imagine there's like a table and some chairs in the garden,
Hmm.
so she's gonna place them there before coming back to the living room. Um,
Do you want to
what's
roll
the
me a?
prof that? Oh.
You could roll a perception if you like.
Yes, please. I was gonna say this has probably taken like at least a few minutes. Well, what's your man done in the meantime? 15.
Okay. Yeah. He's kind of been fidgeting, and you catch him fiddling with one of the bandages, the one that he was covering. It seems like the wound under it has started to bleed again, probably because he was messing around.
Um, well, she is gonna go ahead and pull out one of the medkits, and they are going. Well, she is going right back over there. How bad is it?
Not bad. just uh, it's seems fairly minor.
She's rolling insight on that, by the way.
Sure.
I say insight. This is like vibe checking him, also vibe checking the wound if she can. She
Yeah.
can. 28.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, you since you've already taken the med kit out, he does like kind of relent and like show you and like, okay, the wound hasn't completely like opened back up, but like it's like it had started healing and a small part of it has started to bleed a little bit again. So
Okay.
he jostled it, uh, but he didn't completely mess it up.
Well, Moria's grateful for that. Um, I think Prof is getting a bit of a poke for reopening it a bit, but elsewise, like, effectively, she will help clean it up
Mm-hmm.
and have it stop bleeding.
Yeah, yeah. He just
And
sort of
rather,
sighs and
of
like, thank you.
course, uh, next time you feel restless, just let me know if you'd like, or someone else. But
All right.
I realize that waiting for wounds to heal isn't exactly fun, but it does need to be done for a reason.
Yeah. He knows. He's just not happy about it.
No, yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Pause. Pat, pat on the shoulder. Moria will go put the med kit away.
uh,
And well, she will offer a hand. You ready to go to the garden?
yeah. I'm gonna roll con to see how well he does.
Cool.
Uh, it's a con check. Okay, 15. Pretty good, all things considered.
Yeah, yeah. Moria is like a very good prop, huh?
Yeah, yeah. He's Moria is very good at she's very strong, so she's able to take his weight and keep him steady.
Mm-hmm.
He's definitely uh he definitely has to stop for a few moments when he stands up because he is pretty dizzy, but then it passes and he's able to walk slowly outside with Moria.
Yeah. She does her best to like prop him and make sure he's all right. Um.
Oh, actually, I forgot about this. I think he's
Oh.
as they leave the couch, he's going to quick grab uh the what looks like a cane out of his jacket pocket.
Mm-hmm.
It is actually the immovable rod.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So he's going to use that on the opposite side from Moria to help with his decent shoulder.
Yeah, yeah. That works. That works. Um. Honestly, the main thing I can tell you here is like Moria's patient because like she can lift him no problem.
Mm-hmm.
She's fine. Uh, I'm gonna roll athletics for enrichment. Well, low roll. Maybe she's just a bit sleepy herself because
Mm.
Prof would have noticed she's been sleeping a lot.
Yeah.
Uh, this past little bit, but like even with it being a dreadful roll, that's still a 17. I think she's holding him up no problem.
Oh yeah, yeah. I would say she has no issue with that role.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. and she's even the perfect height to be a pro,
Yeah.
for
Yeah, really.
the prop. So
Uh-huh. Uh,
it's so I imagine it's needing to go a little bit slowly aside. They make it into the garden, no problem.
yeah.
Uh, Honestly, Moria might position one of the chairs if like Prof wants to put his legs up when he sits there.
Yeah, that'll probably be best.
So she does that. She sits down, and then she pulls her plate of udon closer to herself.
Mm-hmm. Ah, all right. Thank you. It's
Of course,
good to get a change of scenery.
yeah, you don't strike me the type who really likes sitting down and waiting.
uh, no, not usually.
Hmm. Just a feeling, she says, as if she didn't literally like pull him back by his scarf multiple times
Uh-huh.
in different places.
Uh-huh.
Um, well, the good news is at least you've made it this far. I'm sure it won't be too long before you can start running places like usual.
Yes. Yes. All things considered, I seem to be healing well enough. Thank
I should
goodness.
hope so.
Yes, that transfusion Crystal helped me with was uh, really, really good. Otherwise, this all would just be taking a bit longer.
Mm, I'm glad it made it easier.
Yes. Hmm.
Oh,
Well, how have you been?
well, tired mostly.
Mm.
I think it's fair for me to say I've been really worried.
Ah, that's
I I know there isn't much you could have done about the situation, but I'm glad you're back with us now.
yeah. I am too. Thanks to you. Thanks to you a lot.
Oh, of course. Might have gone a little bit sideways, but we got there in the end.
Yeah, you did.
I really must say that that Blade even has is quite a frightful thing. Glad I kicked it away from him.
Ah, yes. Yes, I think somebody at some point described it to me. Yes, that I believe I believe it's a luck blade, very very rare magical weapon, um, which well, it's different between the blades and who makes them and how much magic is imbued in them, but um, they can have one or a couple charges of wish in it. Uh, Additionally, they uh, seem to have a positive effect on one's luck,
Ah,
fittingly.
makes sense. It's I'm pretty sure he cast Sunburst on all of us, so
Mm. Mm-hmm.
made sure to get rid of, well, get rid of. I moved it far enough that he couldn't reach it. I was already holding him at that point.
Mm,
Uh,
a good move.
mm, how much do you remember? Well, how much of the situation do you remember, and how much do you know? Would you like me to fill in the gaps?
Well, I was able to hear everything I was present for. I was able to hear the first confrontation, and
Mm-hmm.
um, and then I um, I I know you all managed to recover. Um, you weren't at least quite dead, as I had thought. Um, and then, uh, very abruptly, you showed up, and I barely knew what was happening uh, till I was suddenly with Camille and he was running. Um, besides that, uh, I I've got a few bits and pieces from um, people's conversations. You explained the vampire plan to me. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I know you managed to hold on to Ivan for a long time, which is good. Um, I don't think. Uh, I don't think he's. I don't think he's at least any stronger than I am. Uh,
Definitely not. Don't worry. I had that part handled though. I suppose first things first.
mm,
Uh, sorry for scaring you that badly.
it's yeah. I forgive you. I'm I'm it uh, frightens me, but I am, um, in retrospect, glad that you did because y- you had me fooled, and so you also had him fooled, which meant that you got another chance.
Yeah.
Um,
Still,
yeah, and then and then of course I remember most of the things after Arata and Camille came back to the scene. Talking with Ivan and such.
okay. I will say like Moria says that still to
Mm,
Prof's talking. I guess can she do another insight vibe check for how he's holding up?
yeah, yeah. She can do an insight.
Wow, you're gonna do this to me, Avre. You're gonna give her an at one right this
Wow.
moment.
Oh. All right. I will take your modifier into account, but
Thank you.
yeah, because
I
I
would like
think
to run off her passive insight instead with that net one.
yeah, because
Oh,
I think it's only in combat where you're not supposed to um take the modifier into account. But anyway, um
okay.
uh yeah, she knows that it he's kind of downplaying it a little bit. He means what he is saying. Um uh he he means it, that he understands why you did it and is uh ultimately glad that it worked out the way it did, because it meant you were able to continue being alive. But
Man.
it really definitely had an impact on him. Um, and in the moment, uh, it was uh, it it
He's
kind of destroyed any composure he had.
oh man, fair.
Cause you know how you saw him after that.
Yeah. She remembers that.
Yeah.
She I'm sure she knows Prof taking down plays, so
Mm-hmm.
she's kind of noticed he's kind of trying to keep the conversation rolling, which fair enough, but also she'll go ahead and drag her chair a bit closer. Um so she can just casually lean against his good shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
She's here.
Yeah. And he'll lean against her as well, and tilt his head so it's leaning on the top of hers.
Yeah.
And just kind of nuzzle her a little bit.
Man, yeah. She shifts her like she shifts herself so like she's as close to him as she can be
Mm-hmm.
while you're sitting like this.
Yeah. Hmm. For the recording, I have to say, I think somebody in the house is playing a song very loud, and if the bass comes on the recording, that's what it is.
Ah, fair.
So,
No worries. You're good.
yeah, I think it's faint enough not to. Yeah, all about that bass. Yeah.
Oh,
It's
but this is just happening in the background in Village Town.
the neighbors are
They're out
playing
in the,
the neighbors are playing their music way too loud.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
No, just for anyone curious
Mm-hmm.
about the mystery noise, that's what it is. It's me. It's somebody playing music in the house. You don't have to freak out. It's not on your end or anything like that. uh,
Yeah, yeah. It's my neighbor being too loud. Maybe some of the boys can be sent their way to cause problems on purpose later. It's fine.
yeah.
I'm sure they have a nice system for this. Oh, but yeah, it's like I'm picking pointing at them. Prof's definitely going to be pulled into a hug soon, I can tell you that much. And
Mm-hmm.
by soon, I mean the moment she puts down her plate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. He'll either set his on his lap or on the table if he can reach it, and hug her back as well.
Yeah. She's just gonna sit like this now, I hope you're aware.
Hmm.
Uh, how shall I put it? She is not moving, so.
No.
And,
Well.
legally, Prof can't move now either, so.
Yeah. That's all right. He doesn't feel so much like moving right now anyway.
Mm-hmm. The master plan came into effect.
Yeah.
Holds them.
Hmm.
Man, yeah, it's I suppose elsewise, so profs profs then heard bits and pieces from the boys, yeah?
Pretty much, yeah. Either overhearing conversations or getting a few scattered explanations. He knows how Arata stole the gem. Uh, he
Mm-hmm.
knows that Tome drew fire. Um, by looking like a vampire. He knows
Mm-hmm.
that you grappled Ivan, and he
Does he know that they got there in a ghost car?
no. I mean, he probably. Uh, let me do like I'm gonna be a
I,
I'm gonna do a history because he was in the car, but I don't think he was paying enough attention. Um,
fair.
your history is too good.
I.
Okay, I'm gonna say he noticed that the car seemed weird, but doesn't
Mm-hmm.
know what to make of it. And I think he knows.
Yeah,
I think he knows that they. I think he might have heard that they got it from Halloween Town. Um, but other than that, yeah, he doesn't know.
yeah. Prof notes down these bits and pieces, and after a moment of silence, Moria just goes, "Did you know that we drove there in a ghost car?"
A ghost car. What?
Yep.
How?
Um. So we figured out with dear Ellipsis's help, we we found the location that Evan was in,
Hmm.
and Halloween Town was one of the closer places, so
Ah.
it was still a fair ways off. So I went with Camille to pick up a good car for us,
Mm.
while Arada helped Tom get dressed up for.
Ah. The ruse.
I now need to remember the word Moria wants to use. And Tom got dressed up for antagonizing Ivan.
So they just have ghost cars? Does that mean it's a car that belongs to a ghost, or it's a ghostly material made into a car, or it's a car that used to be alive but is now dead?
I'm not sure about the specifics, but it's a car that it's a car that is a ghost, and when you go inside, you become a ghost for the duration.
Oh, that's appropriately spooky, I suppose.
Mm-hmm. Um,
It's a little unsettling.
thanks for handing this, Maria. The the boys certainly screamed loud enough when we drove through a tree for the first time.
Oh. Ah. Hmm.
I mind you, Camille spent most of that time making a bomb.
He did?
And oh yeah, it came in quite good use. It was an EMP bomb used against those
Oh.
constructs. Uh, and I don't know. Sorry, this laughter is out of character because I'm remembering people's words. And I'm not too sure what Arada was referencing, but he did say that, however, this ride was, nothing beats the clown car ride.
Oh. Uh. Right.
Do
That.
you know what it is?
Um. I. Yes. Um. When I first met Arata, we, uh, very quickly, started um, a chase. Uh,
That does
and
sound like the two of you.
yes, uh, and well, I didn't have a vehicle at the time, so we borrowed somebody else's, and it happened to be a clown car.
That sounds festive. Okay.
And I was driving,
Are
and
you are you somewhere on Camille's and I's level? in terms of driving.
That depends. What does that mean?
Uh, don't worry about it too much. I think Tom might be able to describe it better than I can.
Camille can drive?
Moria does not answer that one.
Okay. Uh,
I technically don't have a car of my own, but I do know how to drive them, you know?
oh, yes,
Came,
certainly.
uh, mhm. Came, in use that one time we had to, catch up to a train aberration.
Ah, that was the train that took out your old office, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Uh,
Found the tracks easily enough considering it literally drove through my office, so, we borrowed the car.
mm, mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I can say about the clown car, it behaved as you might expect of a toonish clown car.
Ah, that explains a lot, actually.
Mm-hmm. It was a eventful chase.
Mm-hmm.
It was a bit like pinball.
Sorry, I just said the commentary. Okay. Well, I guess hey, maybe sometime it would be fun to try compare your and my driving. We could bring Tom along.
Hmm.
Um,
I enjoy
brief road
driving.
trip, perhaps.
Yes, yes. I enjoy driving. I don't do it. Well, I maybe don't enjoy it as much as I used to. I used to be quite into it. I had a car on Darth, as a matter of fact, Tessie,
Yeah.
um, but didn't manage to bring her with me. Um, and that besides, I'm uh, not quite so mechanically inclined as I was back then, but still,
Uh-huh.
it's still fun.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing your driving skills.
Hmm.
Sounds like something fun.
Yes. We'll just have to make sure nobody pulls us over, because I don't have a license. Although maybe I can draw one up.
I could well, we may need to
I have a forgery kit.
beach. I mean, I was thinking we could actually go to the place where you could get a legit driver's license.
He scrunches his
Just
nose and sticks his tongue out.
Moria snorts. I would consider like that. Yes, but consider.
I gotta read what the gallery is saying. You get up with the prof through the DMV.
I feel I should note, as I, the player, do not know the specifics of what goes into that.
uh,
Um,
I will say the
I
thing that would be an issue, yeah, is the horrendously long and boring waiting times.
What kind of places do you guys have over there? Because whenever I hear about like getting the driver license over here,
Mm-hmm.
it's more complaining about the fact that they always screw you over on the driving parts.
Oh. Yeah, I can't say that's the quite the same over here. I mean, you can get a bad tester who might screw with you, but mostly the biggest complaint is how much waiting is involved.
Yeah, I have never heard anything about the waiting issue over here. It's like you have a written test, I believe, for the rules, and then there's the
Yeah.
actual driving part.
Yeah.
And mind you, I mostly heard this from like younger folk.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
I have an idea for maybe why it's different. Over there, you have A, less people, and B, less people driving cars. Whereas over here, almost everybody of age will. This is a huge generalization. Most people of age will drive a car at some point, and also the population is quite large in some places.
True, true. Because it's like the issue I heard about more about is that like they'll screw you over on the like driving test part, so you have to fail because you need
Oh.
to like pay that test, right? So that way they're getting more money.
Oh, I've never. I don't think they do that over here. I don't think they have like. Honestly, I don't think they can afford it. They get enough driving tests as it is that like they don't have to screw you over. They could pass almost everybody and get plenty of money. Um,
Yeah, so like I
Interesting
don't
though.
know what the
Interesting.
current yeah, like I don't know what the current situation is, but like from all of my old classmates, these are
Mm,
the complaints I heard. So,
interesting.
uh, yeah.
All right, we are gonna
So
go back to.
true. Yeah, sorry. This is like this is like sidebar since yeah, I'm pulling from my own experience and therefore that's what Moria's pulling from for like getting
mm,
profit drivers. Like so
ah.
she's just well, I mean I guess if you're certain enough in your skills it's probably fine, but I'm not the one explaining it to Tome.
No, that's fine.
Okay.
Besides, if it doesn't work, I have an item I bought which might help me out.
Yeah. Well, what does that item do, if I may ask?
It's a permission slip. It might be a little bit magical, just a little persuasive.
Yeah. Okay, so I, the player, know exactly what it is, and I'm crying. Best way to that item actually. For Moria, who doesn't know, I don't think she's just like, yeah. Well, so long as you don't get yourself into too much trouble, that sounds like a plan.
Oh, it'll be fine.
We need a game with the free driving, and at some point they do get pulled aside just so Prof can pull out the I can do whatever I want. We need that. Um. Anyways, uh, maybe we'll need to make sure everyone's okay
This?
after all of this, but
Yeah.
maybe once things settle down, we can agree something with Tome.
Hmm. Mm-hmm.
I know I could do with a vacation. It feels like it's been years since I've had one.
Hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Honestly, you don't take a lot of time off, do you?
Can't exactly take time off, admittedly, just because of what my job description entails.
Hmm. Hmm. Well, maybe. Well, there's a union. We we can we can set our own terms for vacation time, and we can have people set up to cover for you, and you can go on a proper vacation.
That would be very nice. At least it's been kind of peaceful when it comes to the aberrations, but we'll see how long that lasts, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
I suppose for now I'm glad there is a break.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
Someone needs to sit on you when you start moving too early after all. And tone is simply too light. So I guess that'll have to be me. And I think she will on purpose lean a little bit harder on Prof.
That's okay. He'll just lean back on her as well.
From the commentary, Tom's not even here to defend himself.
Yeah.
Yep, free bullying. We love you, Spec. And of course, these dorks love Tom.
Yeah. Hmm.
Oh, don't scare us again like that, okay? None of you can help it.
I'll try. I I was trying very hard. I did fail. I will try.
Thank you. Don't uh don't poison yourself next time, okay?
Okay. It was the only thing I could. Okay, okay, okay. Don't excuse yourself. It Yes, I won't poison myself next time.
Sorry, the immediate wheeze. Anyways, Moria nudge, and I'll hold you to that. If next time you decide to pull a tome and have dangerous substances on you, maybe we can see about having you
Hmm.
roll with a better poison.
Uh, yeah. Uh, yeah. Uh, what was I? Oh yeah. I Can you believe? Even after you were there when Lynn gave me that little call for help card.
Yeah,
I didn't even get a chance to use it.
well, that's just rude.
I know. I tried.
Mm-hmm. Well, hopefully you don't need to use it in the future, but if you do still have it on hand.
Yes, that is true.
And it and if even tries to kidnap you again, well, I will give him a reminder of why I scared him our last fight. So,
Ooh. Did you?
mm-hmm. Well, I think he looked a little bit nervous when he last looked at me. So,
Ah. Uh. Hmm. Would it have anything to do with the state his leg was in?
perhaps
Ah. Yeah, that makes sense.
needed to make sure he wouldn't run away. You know.
Understandable. That's. You were very intimidating, Moria.
Oh, thank you. It's I realize I'm not always the scariest person with my stature, but
No, it's a
thank
skill.
you. You really thank you. You really know how to flatter.
uh, yes. Well, I don't think he'll. I've agreed to talk to him more, so he doesn't have a reason to kidnap me again. Um,
He better not.
no, he won't. He's got better things to do. And once he gets, uh, well, once he's done with me and I'm done with him, then he'll leave.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Though, when you do decide to talk to him,
Hmm.
bring us along. I know it would at least give me peace of mind. I suspect the free
Hmm.
wouldn't say no to coming along either, even if we might need to hold home back from a direct fight.
Hmm. Yeah, that's a good point. I. Yes, I'll ask them then when I do that.
Thanks.
Hmm.
I hope you know that, like, with what she's saying here, she is coming along.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, no, he's just saying, like, okay, yes, I will invite the others also.
Yeah, yeah. Is there anything in particular you want to ask me? Like, I assume then you have asked the others about what's happened too, but still,
Hmm.
if
Um,
there's anything you want clarification on, or
hmm.
if you just want to ask something.
Yeah. Uh, uh, how did you know so much about him coming in?
Uh, how do you mean?
Well, it, uh, it just seemed kind of, um, I mean, it was a matter of many hours, but, I still found myself a little surprised that you managed to find, us so quickly, um,
Oh, um,
the first time?
so, well, the first time well, I have an answer for both the first time and the second time.
Mm.
So for the first time, effectively I got a call from Minami,
Mm-hmm.
and she had news from you as well.
Mm-hmm.
How some of the people who originally kidnapped you came and confessed and
Oh.
gave information over what happened.
Oh. Huh.
And in fact, the next day, or next, well, early morning, I suppose, I had
mm,
gotten a call from Lynn as well with a third person.
really? That's.
Yes.
Oh. I know there were. There was a Warforged, a Scarecrow, um, this blue girl, and some sort of magical cat.
Okay.
Uh. So. Hmm.
I do not know the specifics who gave up that information,
Mm-hmm.
though I suspect that is in part, well, in part the people in question were trying to protect themselves.
Oh, yes.
So,
That's usually part of the conditions when people give up information like that.
mm,
Huh.
I don't know the specifics yet, though. I know Lynn has outright stated that one of the witnesses is under her protection.
Hmm. I have a
Uh,
feeling that's probably the vampire. The scarecrow, that is. Hmm.
yeah. Uh,
That's
considering they are also
all over.
considering where they are as well.
R-
So,
right. Okay. Well, that's probably for the best.
mm,
For uh both our sakes.
yeah. For the other two, I don't particularly have information,
Hmm.
though at least on Minami's side, I Okay, I need the player need to remember, but I think Minami said she'll handle that person. Or at least it was implied to Moria that like Minami's got them handled as
Yeah, that I would
as
say that was kind of implied in the letter. Like I've got it handled for now, at least.
yeah. As for the last person, they are mostly a mystery at this point, but
But they talked to you. Interesting.
yes, they talked to you. And
Probably not the Warforged.
hmm, we know nothing about the Warforged either. I think we found some of their prints
Mm.
in the ground,
I remember a little bit.
but
I did see most of them.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll
w-
have to write up some descriptions, draw something.
Okay. Wouldn't hurt just to keep an eye out since I suspect they were the only one not to come in.
Mm. Mm. Hmm.
But they all came and gave information. Minami delivered it to me, and I was with Tome.
Mm.
You know how he is with Solitaire.
Ah,
So
bad.
happened. It was round 78 before we got interrupted.
78.
Yeah.
He just puts a hand to his forehead.
Yeah. Moria like has a slurp of her noodles. Like has pulled the plate back, has a slurp of her noodles, and just goes, "Yeah, um, I suspect we'll be seeing him more rounds when he starts up. Don't worry, I'll see if I can find a space for you too. We can both color commentate. Um,
Okay.
maybe he'll listen to your advice. He doesn't listen to mine.
I don't know. Maybe.
We'll see. We'll see. I also know. I know. So Arata mentioned a card game he'd like to teach all of us.
Mm, that sounds nice.
Hmm. Tycoon, I believe it's called. So that's
Ah.
also something fun waiting for us.
Mm-hmm. All right. Sounds like fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but effectively we got that news,
Mm.
and apologies, I'm now in person and being greeted by a cat.
No.
G-Tynix says hi.
Nah.
Okay, I think he's settling down a bit.
Nice.
Um, okay, all right, carrying on. But effectively, I got that news, and well, Tom and I were already there, and we also told the boys back home. Well, back here really,
Mm.
and Arata and Camille came.
Mm-hmm.
Minami also handed some evidence back with them, which is to say your scarf.
Oh. Oh, that's.
Yeah.
Oh.
One
Interesting.
of, I believe one of the people who came to confess, uh, gave it back.
Oh. That's why Ivan didn't have it. Oh, that that may have happened while I was knocked out because I don't remember that. But huh.
Makes sense. Um, Home scene shifted, and we met up with the boys, and well, we figured out pretty quickly. Well,
Do you remember which fishing spot it was?
Jeannie did.
Oh,
So,
all right.
he led us over there,
Good.
and well, we found Ivan's ellipsis, and well, very specifically, the footsteps disappeared.
Mm.
Um, and then Camille hit the tree, except turns out it wasn't a tree.
Ah.
Luckily managed to well, I managed to step in front of Camille in time, so he was able to disguise, well, find a place to hide. And
That's good.
did to mm, did Tom mention he punched Ivan in the face?
Yes, he did. I'm uh, honestly impressed.
It was very funny, though. It was extremely unfortunate since I was hoping to try and speak to Ivan at the time. Uh,
Yeah, I did make out that much. It's
yeah,
he just sort of shrugs. I'll be honest. I'm not sure how reasonable he was going to be willing to be at that point in time, but uh, yeah, still maybe not the best move, but it's all right. I've talked to Tome.
yeah. Thank you. I'll need to talk to him for sure as well.
Mm-hmm.
Not just because of what happened there, either.
Yeah.
Well, pretty soon after, attempt at talking was a failure, so we were brought into a fight. Um,
Mm.
it looked like Heretta had a plan, and on my end, I needed to strike Ivan at least once, so I did.
Mm.
And you remember my funny little smoking pipe
Mm-hmm.
and how my magic, well, what little I have now is tied to it.
Yes.
If I strike someone while I have its magic on,
Mm.
I can leave something of a marker on them. So
Oh.
it'll just stay on until I dispel it.
Oh.
Or it gets dispelled, but it didn't appear that he'd noticed it.
That's very useful. No, he was
Mm,
very much preoccupied with the issues his ellipsis was having.
mm. So
Oh.
I managed to leave that smoke mark on him,
Mm-hmm.
and I knew which direction he was in.
Oh. That's
And
very handy.
mm, uh, so that happened. The fight went well, kind of unfortunately,
Mm-hmm.
but I suppose you already know that.
Yeah.
Still, Camille managed to heal us,
That's good.
and mm, well, we managed to recover. Admittedly, tempers were rather frayed, and I needed to make sure to sit Tome down
Mm.
so that his injuries actually get bandaged.
Ah. Yeah. No, I imagine that was a pretty horrific experience um, for you guys as well.
Definitely not one of our best moments. I suspect I dealt with it the best out of all of us, but
Mm.
well, emotionally.
Mm-hmm. Still,
But
uh,
it was heavy.
yeah. Don't um, Don't forget to allow yourself the time to, I don't know, for introspection. Let everything process.
Mm.
I know you're very resilient, um, and so uh, you, I think, from what I've seen, are uh, quite good at taking things uh, that would beat down other people. But uh, take care of yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll try my best to.
All right.
Not gonna lie, she says that, and after a moment, just kind of leans her head against your shoulder, Prof.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Cause, no, yeah, that was really heavy. Like, both the situation and how everyone was doing, she tried her best. She
Yeah.
tried her best.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
But, after we managed to rest a bit, we were well enough to continue.
Mm.
Um, we actually came across Ellipsis first
Mm.
and managed to speak to her,
Mm.
and that is how we found your specific location.
Ah. Yes. You
As
mentioned something like that.
mm, so Ellipsis managed to stop Ivan's one
Mm.
and was keeping them in place.
Mm.
So we spoke to her, we updated her on the situation,
Mm.
and we then had to rest,
Mm.
especially since most of us still had injuries.
Oh yeah. I'm glad you did. I wouldn't want you to try to take Ivan uh, on again that quickly.
Mm. Uh, and like out of character, Moria remembers how tired Tome was, so
Mm-hmm.
it only would have been worse if they didn't rest.
Oh yeah.
So we took a bit of a breather. I got the message from Lynn that confirmed our suspicions.
Mm.
And we went to Halloween Town. We made a plan. We went over there. We got ourselves a car and a disguise for Tome.
Mm.
And we made our way back. Well, we made our way to that little spot
Yeah.
I had set up in. And, oh, then we picked the fight. And we won.
Yep. Oh, I'm so glad.
Don't worry, it's gonna take a lot more to kick any of us down for too long.
Yeah.
Even even if it may have been really scary.
Yeah. I'm very glad to have you.
I'm glad to have you too.
I think he reaches over and grips her hand.
Yeah, yeah, she'll squeeze back.
Hmm.
How are you holding up after that, by the way, with with everything that was spoken after?
Um, it was a lot. It still is a lot. I've been going through it and processing it. It hasn't been easy, but
Mm-hmm.
uh, I'm I'm getting through it. Um, it's yeah, it's been a lot, but being able to talk to you guys has um, made it made it easier.
Well, I'm glad we're able to cause you more than just stress.
Yeah, no, you guys are a wonderful help, um,
I'm glad.
and also keep me from um, sabotaging my physical health by falling off the couch.
Mm-hmm. Don't worry. I'll be sure to make sure that isn't a problem.
Hmm.
She says definitely not like a little shit. Um, don't worry about whatever Moria's got planned, Prof. You'll be fine.
Yeah, he gives her a side eye. If you say so.
Mm-hmm. Uh, as much as I know you don't like taking too long on things, don't be afraid to take your time, Ivor.
Yeah, yeah. I'm trying.
Good. I'm glad.
Uh,
You know, I suppose you're already aware that you just need to call and we'll come, but
hmm.
just say something if there's anything more we can do, yeah?
Okay. All right. I will. Thank you.
It's okay. Thank you, really. And I'll have you know that this doesn't just apply to me either. I am quite certain others would cause a riot if you didn't know that they'd be willing to help you too.
Yes, I think you're right.
Oh, and I believe the boys already have some things planned, but if you do ever need some help with causing some problems for Ivan, I am, of course, on hand.
Good to know. Uh, he I managed to send him a notice to behave himself. But that they're I've I've also given them permission to test his patience.
Good to know. Good to know. I'll have the camera on hand. This is all going in her cringe compilation to be sent over the AI crew chat.
Oh, nice. Um,
I I know I've already said it, but I'm glad you're back safe.
thanks. I'm I'm glad I'm back safe too, and I'm glad I'm glad you are. Uh, I'm glad you're safe now as well.
Me too. Um, by the way, Prof get hugged.
No.
Full and proper hug too.
Yeah. Yeah. He hugs back.
No, not gonna lie, I poke Moria and this is all she's giving me. I don't think
Mm-hmm.
she's gonna be moving for a while.
That's fair. That's fair. I was just thinking I'm running out of thoughts to have.
Yeah, yeah. These two. Shout out to these two somehow having a very chill time.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like
Despite all
I
the
suspect.
everything.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I suppose. I suppose a slightly more calm conversation has to happen sometime.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Yeah.
but in all seriousness, Moria is quite happy to just stay here.
Yeah. Yeah. Professor too. He's
Yeah.
I think the only other thing I can think of is uh he nuzzles into her hair a little bit and says, "I love you, Moria."
Love you too, Professor. I'm holding them so gently,
Yeah.
even uh, even if they haven't said it out loud yet, Your Honor. They are siblings.
Hee.
They're very good. Thanks for having me, by the way.
Absolutely. Thank you for doing an FPS with me.
This was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Um, and to everyone who is listening, both now and the future, you are awesome.
And we wish you
Oh,
a good time zone. Bye
bye
bye.
bye.